Good morning. What's going on out there? A little chilly this morning. I got my heater going. What's up, Paul? Brand new. Kurt? Marco? Pocket? What's up, Joe? Matt? Morning. Shady, what's up, dude? What's up, Don? How's the bike doing? It's got a little bit of an issue. I think I got a bad battery from AutoZone. I think that's what it is. It doesn't want to start, but when I hook up like a jump box, it starts immediately. It's a brand new battery. So I don't think it's the starter. And one of my buddies who works on bikes was saying, because my headlight kept going out, even with the brand new bulb. And he was like, some of these bikes have like the wiring is such that if there's like not enough or too much volts going or somewhere or something like that, it shorts out the light bulb instead of like frying the computer. I don't know. I'm going to try to exchange the battery, and hopefully that'll fix it, because I don't want to have to take it in somewhere. No, I have no accessories. 0 accessories. Yeah. It's a pain in the ass to get to the battery, too. You have to take off the passenger seat, which is a bitch, and then you have to take off the regular seat. You have to take the saddlebags off first, then the passenger seat, then the regular seat, just to jump the battery. It's a pain. I even tried to bump start it because I was riding my bike to work for a while because my truck was down. And I was going to work in the morning and my bike wouldn't start. This is before I had the jump box. And I tried to bump start it. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it, man. I was watching videos of people doing it so easily. I don't either. I know the very, very bare minimum. I wish I knew more. What's up, Neil? I hope so too. What's up, Jacob? How's everybody? I got a knife sent in yesterday, one that I hadn't tried before. The Grambo Russ. This was one that when they came out, I was like, man, that looks cool, but I just couldn't afford it at the time, or whatever the reason was. I can't remember. But this thing's rad, man. I really like this. I really like the see-through hardware. I don't know if you'll be able to tell or not, but no, there you go. The pivot, the hole goes all the way through, and same with this barrel spacer deal back here. The hole goes all the way through. This thing is kind of cool. I really like the texture too. And it's a frame lock, but there's this plate covering up the lock bar. See that? It's basically an inset liner lock, but they just do it a little bit differently, which I think is cool. I like the blade shape. It's really smooth. You got the front flipper and the thumb studs. This is made in China by Best Tech. And, you know, I kind of been off the China stuff. But then there was that Nugget that I actually kind of liked. This one, made in China. And then this one, the Russ. made in China that I actually really like. So, you know, there, like I've always said, there are exceptions, but the majority of China-made stuff has not been exciting to me recently. The name of this one, the Russ, RUSS. What are you saying, Paul? A Chinese custom. Homer Zoo. Homer. Let's see if we can find it. A Chinese custom. So it's made by like a small, made in China by like a small shop. Is that what you mean? These are pretty crazy looking. Let's hear it. Huh. I can see why it's named the Parrot. He really likes that rock texture, huh? Interesting. Okay. Yeah, this is news to me. Never heard of this guy. It's one guy full custom. Okay, cool. Turako, nice. Yeah, the Turako is great. Only 4.6. Yeah, it's lighter than I would expect. That makes sense. That makes sense. The rest I have is the first version. The current one is 7.6. So is the current one bigger than this? This is 7.5 inches. So is it just slightly bigger than this one? Or? Yeah, kind of same here, man. Yeah. I've liked some knives a lot, but I guess not enough to buy them. Also, I'm trying to save money for this trip I got coming up. What's up, Tyler? I was watching McNeese put out a reel or whatever on Instagram saying that it was like, I know we've been getting a lot of comments that our knives are hard to open. People having a hard time using the thumb stud on our Mac 2s. And so he was directing people to his video on YouTube where he was explaining how to use the thumb stud on their knives. And then I went and watched the video, and he was just, I don't know, their knives aren't hard to open. Has anyone had issue opening a McNeese? Yeah, stay off the lock bar. I mean, yeah. I guess if you are new to knives, maybe you might not know that. That putting pressure on the lock bar makes it harder for you to flick it. So I guess that makes sense. But even still, it's like, okay, you try it. Say you're gripping the knife. and you're locked out. You can't flick it. What do you do next? Maybe try some different things, right? Try moving your hand position. Try not squeezing here or there until you figure it out. That just seems like kind of common sense to me. Yeah, I remember when I was showing my dad some of my knives, and he had never used a thumb stud or a flipper before. The flipper he got pretty quickly. The thumb stud took him a little more time. Just, I guess, the hand placement and how to flick it, you know. You don't really go like straight out this way. It's more of like a up this way kind of deal. It's Electric Wizard. Like pressure. Yeah, I've heard it for a couple different people. For me, on the 3-inch McNeese, the small one, that was where the lock bar for me was really sensitive. Like you touch that thing and you're locked out. It seems like the 3.5-inch is not quite like that. But still, how I flick a McNeese is like I'm gripping the knife like this. This finger is touching the lock bar, but it's just sitting there. I'm not pushing down at all with this finger. I'm gripping it down here and up here. If it's good, you can shake it open. I don't think so. I think it's the opposite of good. $22 months, remember? Nice, dude. Spidey hole, universal. I don't think. I mean, it took me a little while to get the reverse flick when I first got a Spyderco. But yeah, like putting your thumb in the hole and rolling it out, that's pretty fucking easy. Yeah. The Archer had a sensitive lock bar. Yeah. I never tried the Archer actually. Yeah, you do, man. You really, really do. Thumb flick the Rosie? Hell yeah, dude. I love thumb flicking the Rosie. Feels great. Nice, yeah. I feel like the axis lock is pretty easy to get the hang of, you know. But the easiest is a button lock, for sure. You push the button to close the knife. Like, it's that easy. I gave my girlfriend a button lock mini Pyrite, the Warncliffe one. She works in a warehouse opening boxes a lot of the time, so I gave her the Warncliffe one, and she had it down like in a couple seconds. She even got the reverse flick. That one took a little longer, maybe like a day, and she could reverse flick and close the knife with the button really easily. But yeah, button lock I feel like is a good starter knife. A lot of times with frame locks or liner locks, like if I'll hand a knife to someone in my family or whoever, I'm like, here, check this out, and they open it and they can't figure out how to close it. They hand it back to me, and I'm like, yeah, you just push this thing over. Yeah, button lock is like, yeah, push the button. Yeah, I've given her a few knives actually, and I want to give her another one because what's happening is she's using the mini Pyrite so much that it's dulling pretty quickly. I forget what was the blade steel on those. Anyway, I want to give her. Oh yeah, it's AR RPM 9. I want to give her something similar, but with like a good blade steel, so I won't have to sharpen it as much for her, because she uses the shit out of them. at work. She's got pretty small hands, so I want it to be something. Doesn't have to be as small as the mini pyrite, but like around there. I want it to be a Warncliffe or a sheepsfoot, because she's opening boxes a lot, and preferably a button lock. If anyone has any ideas. Voltage regulator. I'm not sure exactly what you mean, but my coworker hooked his voltage reader thing to the battery when I started it, and when I pushed the starter, it would go down all the way to like 2 volts. The battery would. So it was like and usually he was saying it shouldn't go down that much. It should go down to like, I don't know, 10 or something. When you're starting it. So I don't know. Who the fuck knows? Protect rent. I thought about that. I don't know how she would feel about an automatic though. Because they're easy to deploy, but not as easy to close. You know, you have to use 2 hands to put them away. If the runt was a manual, that would be perfect. I want to get her something like probably a stainless, and something with like really good edge retention. So probably S90V or something like that. Yeah, that's the same thing my my mechanic friend was saying. Yeah, he was saying that at like AutoZone and places, they don't test the battery before they sell them to you, and it could have been sitting on the shelf for years, you know. So I'm gonna take it in. It was only like a month ago that I bought it, so hopefully they'll take it back. A little native warranty. That's a good idea. I don't know about the compression lock though. Maybe with a CME that would be good for her. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good idea. I wish there was, because she really, really likes the mini pyrite. I wish there was like a, oh, there's an S90V, there's an S90V mini pyrite. I didn't know that. It's 132 bucks. That might be the answer right there, because she really likes that thing. A Malibu. Yeah, would it be too big? I feel like it might be a little big. But yeah, it would be perfect. Button lock, Warncliffe, snappy flipper. I'll have her try mine and see what she thinks. A Blessed Knives Newt. That'd be sick. If I had a spare, how much are they? 800 bucks? I love my girlfriend, but not that much. Button lock mini sheepdog. That's a good idea. What steel do those come in? Probably like 154 CM or something, right? Yeah, 154 CM. Yeah, that would be a good option, but I want to get her something with like really good edge retention. Yeah, I don't know. This mini pyrite and S90V might be it, and they come with the inlays. There's a blue one. Let's see. There's a blue one. I thought I saw a red one. Mini Pyrite S90V. Oh, there's the red one. The Cubit. Oh, that's a good one. Is that a little smaller than the Malibu? Where's my Malibu? Yeah, I think it's a little smaller than the Malibu. Yeah. But then there's the edge retention thing. I would have to probably get her the Wii one. And that's a really strong detent. That might actually be too strong for her. The Wii Cubit has a really strong detent, which I love. But for her little hands, that might be too strong. Yeah, on the CVV one, it's perfect for her. Chinese Nitro V, yeah. I don't want to do that. No thanks. Swag's Chili Pepper S90V. Let's see. I know I've seen that one. I can't remember what blade shape it is. S90V. Yeah, I kind of wanted a Warncliffe or Sheep's Foot. But yeah, I mean, it's a button lock, great size, S90V, has all those things. I've never tried that knife, actually. Ideally, a Spyderco would be the thing. I mean, if you want like the best edge retention, Spyderco, right? I think probably the mini, the little native 40 is probably the best one. Delica, possibly. What's up with you guys? Anybody got anything cool recently? I haven't bought a knife in a little while, just because I'm saving up for this trip and stuff. But luckily I've been sent a few things to check out. How bad is it? Like, do you have to like push the button in, or is it like click? Micro Jimbo. Oh yeah, that's another good one. I think with a compression lock with a CME, I feel like she could get pretty easily. BNA says his has gotten better, but sticks a little. I kind of like my button locks to stick a little bit. Like on my Malibu, it sticks a little. Wait, I just had it. Did I put it in the wrong thing? What the fuck? I don't know. I don't know where my Malibu is. Took it apart and cleaned it. Yeah, that could help. That could help. Fine sandpaper. Yeah, you could. How easy is it to send it in? I mean, if it's that bad, I would probably just send it in instead of fucking with it. Because you don't want to fuck with it and then mess something up and then send it in and they're like, obviously you've been tampering with this. We can't exchange it now, you know? But if there's like something like where there's no more of them or whatever, they can't give you a new one, then you might have to fuck with it, yeah. A deep clean? I would start with the deep clean. Yeah. Get some like these alcohol wipes or something. Something to get like the grease and stuff off of there and clean all those little parts really well. And then, whoopsie. And then lube them up. Lube them up before you put them back together. But it should break in over time. What's that, man? Fireball, nice. People seem to be liking that fireball. That sounds so familiar. I just can't remember what it is. I think I even had it on the channel. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes, I did. Can we get some photos, please? There we go. I honestly can't remember what I thought about it, which probably means it didn't blow me away. I can't really remember. I think maybe it was a little big for me. 3.5-inch blade. Yeah, maybe. I mean, just looking at it right now, it seems like I would probably like it. $310, it's a good price. So I must have liked it in the review, right? I can't remember. Polished DLC, that's nice. Dude, I saw what's his name? Had a video where he was like scratching the black DLC on a Kaiser, I think it was. Nothing happened. It was crazy. Like he had like it was like a nail filer from a Victorinox knife, and he was like scratching as hard as he could on this DLC finish on the blade. Nothing. It has a really high HRC, which is pretty cool. I didn't really know that. Stasa did it too. Do I even have any DLC? I don't think I do. I don't think I own a single black blade. I don't really like them usually. Now that I know is not true. Vu, that's who did it, yeah. Vu did the scratch test. Kunwu made it. Okay, well, yeah, it's probably great then. I just can't remember. Too many knives. What's up, Kenny? Can you buy this rust anymore? Or are they all gone? I'm assuming they're all gone. Oh, speaking of draft, did anyone buy anything from Winter Blade Co. the other day? I was tempted, but I didn't. Grambo. No, they're all sold out. No more coated blades for me, but polished DLC. Yeah, I would like something with a polished DLC in my collection at some point. All the winter, yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, pretty nuts. So were those already made? Like, it wasn't a pre-order, right? Like, he's gonna ship those out like in the next couple days. Do I have any Vanax? Yeah, you should get some Vanax. It was a drop. Okay, that's cool. I still think the original Factor is I think it is his best looking knife. I'm gonna start carrying this more. I was thinking about that the other day. I carried a lot when I first got it. Obviously not to work because of the magnets. I think I'm gonna carry this today, actually. It's just so cool, man. It's like it's a knife like an alien would have. It's so unique. Like, it's just it's a conversation starter when you take it out. They hear the ting and they're like, "Whoa, what is that?" The opening mechanism is so unique. The lock is so unique. The way that it feels is so unique. I mean, when it's closed, it doesn't even really look like a knife, right? Yeah, I have tritium in it, and it's too bright to see it, but it's I have a tritium vial right in there. It's really cool. So when it's dark, it looks even more alien-like. And I've had it for like a year. It's still glowing. But I will say the detents on the new Factors are like, what's it called? The Factor 8, I think. The detent on those is way stronger. I tried it at the show, and I was like, damn, I wish my Factor had a detent like that. But it's just the size. They were a little big for me. This is the perfect size, I think. Choke up, not choke up, full, nice full grip. I think it's a 3-inch blade. Yep, exactly 3 inches. If you've never handled one, the locking mechanism feels so cool. You would think it would be like an Axis lock kind of feel because it looks like it. But because of the magnets, it sucks it right in. Like, it just feels different. This is the Winter Blade Co. Factor. It's a knife I will never, ever, ever sell. What feels better? I'm gonna do a video on this probably. Reeve sent me this thing here. I haven't checked it out yet. It's a carabiner with a knife in it, I think. An open now? I have one. They're super, super thin and slicey. But I don't really like carrying them. So we got a carabiner, titanium, really lightweight. I like how this curves kind of up in here. So your keys would kind of live down in this area, and you won't have to worry about them coming out of there when you're putting this on your belt or whatever you're doing. Let's see what's up here. Ooh, okay. We got a driver with a reversible bit held in there by a magnet. And then we have, how do I close that? Okay, it's a locking, it locks too. And on the other side, there's a little blade, little razor blade. It's kind of cool. I don't see myself probably ever using that. Maybe the driver. But it's so lightweight, and it's really unobtrusive. It's like, might as well be there, you know, just as a backup. You know, I might use this on my chain wallet, actually. You know, I probably will. For when I'm writing, I'll attach the chain to my wallet so it doesn't fly away. Yeah. So hook this on my belt loop, this end on my wallet. Yeah, actually kind of like this. Like some of the multi-tool carabiners I've seen are like just big and bulky, like not interesting to me at all. But that one's like, it's really light. How light is it? Let's see. And it's small still. 1 ounce. Let's see how much this thing is. $38. Yeah, that's pretty good. I know. That's the sign of a really cool dude, is having a chain wallet. You know they mean business. Yeah, I can't wear the chain wallet at work because it's just dangerous. Can get caught on things. And have you planned to live from your passion about knives, or do you still like to work for your live from your okay, like make money with knives, you mean? Probably not. I'm a welder and I really like welding, so I don't see myself stopping that. Let me let the dog out real quick. Yeah, that would suck. I've seen too many videos of accidents around machinery. I don't know if you guys ever seen the one where the guy gets pulled into the lathe. It's the gnarliest thing I've ever seen, ever. The guy, I don't know if it was a sleeve or something happened. His arm got wrapped around the lathe, and it just pulled his whole body into it. And you could see the blood just spraying. And finally, when the guy, a coworker, came and hit the emergency stop, the thing that fell on the ground no longer looked like a person. It looked like meat, just ground up meat. Fucking gnarly. Ugh. Which one? Favorite Spyderco? Probably the Native 5. I really like the Native 5. But there's a lot of, I mean, I like the Shaman a lot. Sage 5, Little Native. Yeah, that's why I watched it too. I heard about it and I was like, nah, I probably shouldn't, but curiosity just got the better of me. Favorite expensive knife? How expensive are we talking? I have $1,000 knife that I really, really like. My my Rask. This is an unbelievable knife. But my favorite expensive knife is the Rosie. I mean, it's my favorite knife in general. Oh, that sucks, man. Yeah, it can be. But if you wear a respirator and you're careful, it's not bad. Yeah, I've mentioned it. I think she's down to try it. I think that'd be fun. 500-ish. McNeese. Get a McNeese for a little under 500. The Chris Reeve, if you're into that kind of thing. Sebenza, you know. Oh, hell yeah. Nice, man. Skinny 24. Nice, man. I didn't know they made skinny 24s. The MSI, the Microtech. I didn't really like it. It was a little big for me. And the ram lock was kind of a little mushy. Well, I can tell you from my experience, I bought a large Sebenza first. I liked it, but it was a little big. And then I bought a small Sebenza, and it's a little small, but I like it a lot more than the large. I wish there was a medium size so badly. This is the small Sebenza, and I really like it. I just wish it was like a half an inch bigger. But I would rather this than the large. The large was just too big. And I really like this knife a lot. In fact, I think my next Chris Reeve is going to be an Umnumzan. I kind of really want one. Nice. Yeah, man. Yep. Well, the good thing, I'm assuming you probably got one with like the acid wash. They hide scratches really well. ZT, yeah. Yeah, they're pretty well known. I don't own any, but yeah, people like them. I did own one, the 0562, the Hinderer design. It's basically an XM18. 0562, that's it. It was a great knife. A little slicier than a Hinderer too. Thinner, a little bit of a thinner grind. But you can't use the thumb studs, sadly. They are external stops and they're too short to use as thumb studs, which is a real bummer. On a Hinderer, they're big enough you can thumb flick too. But on this one, it's not. That was one thing that kind of made me eventually sell the knife is with the Hinderer, you have the flipper tab and thumb studs. Yeah, I do remember that double clutch kind of feeling. It's a big badass work knife. It'll be up. It'll be a little while. I'm working on making them right now, but it's going to be a couple weeks. I'll make sure to announce it when they're going to be going up on my channel, on my Instagram, all that stuff. so you'll know. Remember for a month, right on, man. Yeah, you're welcome. Beating on the sun. Okay, interesting. Does he break it? It's a pretty. I think it's the most heavy duty Chris Reeve. It's got the external stop pins, kind of like on the hinder right here. It just feels like. I mean, all Chris Reeve knives feel very strong, but that one in particular, I'd get the drop point for sure, not the Tonto. I actually cut tested the Tonto, and it's one of those Tontos where it's like really thick up on the Tonto portion, real thick. So not a great utility cutter at all. So I'd go for drop point, definitely. Bradford 3 at work. Nice. That's a great work knife. Speaking of Bradford 3, I was just watching again my cut test on the Bradford Guardian 3 where I cut myself. And oh man. Oh. Let's watch it. Every time I see it, I cringe because I remember how it felt. That sucked. So see, I'm holding the cardboard. My hand is down here. That is bad. Bad idea. I will never. After this happened, I never held it like that again. So here it's about to happen. You'll see I'm starting to cut down the cardboard, and it kind of gets away from me and starts curving back towards my hand. Right there. Right there. Youch. It's kind of hard to tell from the picture, but this was a very deep cut. Very, very deep. I could see like the two sides of the skin like moving separately from each other as I moved my finger. And yeah, it was bad. Four stitches. They couldn't get it to stop bleeding. Like it was still bleeding as they were stitching it up, and then after it was stitched, it finally kind of stopped. That was definitely the worst cut I've had. I've cut myself again a couple months later and needed a couple stitches, but this one was the worst for sure. The whole tip of my finger was numb for like 6 months after, and it still kind of feels weird. Like I can still feel, but it feels a little different than my other fingers. So after that happened, I got cut-proof gloves to wear during my cut tests, and I never would hold the cardboard like that again. I just put pressure on it until I got to the urgent care. Yeah, really hard. Really hard. Yeah, me too. Until I watched it back the other day, I was like, oof. Be careful with it. You'll be fine. Just don't cut cardboard like that. That was stupid. It was a stupid error. As soon as it happened, I knew, you know, as soon as I felt it, I was like, oh, before I even looked at it. Oh, yep, that's a bad one. It didn't hurt that bad. I mean, it hurt, obviously. But yeah, it wasn't like screaming pain, obviously, but it sucked. The numbing shot sucks for sure though, because they actually gave me a shot in the middle of my finger down here in the webbing, and then another one further up. That hurt. I've never tried the super glue thing. Never tried it. It always felt like, I don't know, weird to me. Like the super glue was going to get into my bloodstream or something like that. Yeah, I mean, we will. We're all bound to cut ourselves at some point. I haven't decided yet. If I go, I'm going to take my bike because taking the truck is just unreasonable. You know, it takes so much fuel that it'd be expensive trip. I think this. Well, I don't know. I don't fucking know. If I go, it'll probably be tomorrow. Actually, we'll see. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Does it? I'm not sure. Liquid bandage. Liquid bandage is kind of a similar thing, right? It's not like super glue, but it is a glue. So apparently it's fine to do. I mean, it's okay to do, right? People do it all the time. But yeah, for some reason, it just kind of like weirds me out. I'm watching such a good show right now. Mimo's joke made me think of it. Called From, From, and it's from some of the producers of Lost, and it's actually got Michael from Lost, the black guy, is in the show. He's like one of the main guys in this show, and it is fantastic. It's one of the best shows I've seen in a long time. I am so hooked on it. There's 3 seasons. The third season is coming out right now, every once a week. The only thing is, it's on MGM Plus, so you have to either have the MGM like extension on your Prime account, or have the MGM app. I got the week-long trial, and hopefully it'll be enough for me to finish this show. If not, I'm gonna pay because I need to finish it. But I highly recommend this show. I know, dude, it's creepy as fuck. I'll give you just the basic gist of it to get you guys enticed. Basically, this family is on a road trip in their RV out in the woods somewhere, and they're driving along. They come across like this tree that has fallen in the middle of the road, so they are forced to take a different route. They come to this town, and the people in the town are like, "You're stuck here now. You're not gonna be able to leave." They're like, "What are these guys talking about?" So they leave, and they keep driving out of the town, and somehow they end up back in town. It's like a loop. They cannot find a way out of here. They find out that there's these creatures that come out at night and try to get them to let them in their houses. They can't come inside because they have these like talismans. So they like try to trick you and get you to open the door and let them in. And they're these like really creepy demons that'll tear you up. It's so good. Yeah, From. You guys need to watch it. You need to. Dude, I know that's how I felt too. But my girlfriend convinced me to watch it, and it's fucking worth it, man. It's worth it. It's so good. Oh, nice. Yeah, I love Vikings, man. That's why I named my dog Floki. It was from that show. Yeah, they fuck you the fuck up. It's a gory show. It's bloody. Yeah. Yeah, the demons really, really tear you up. Yeah, me too. He's a great character. All right, we're at about an hour. Let's wrap it up, folks. Get my morning started. Um, thanks for hanging out. I love you guys very much. Hope you have a great weekend. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys later.